For the past 30 years, South Africa has been governed by the African National Congress, a party that once stood as a beacon of hope and liberation. However, as time has passed, ideology has increasingly taken precedence over pragmatism, with devastating consequences for the economy, infrastructure, and social cohesion. The ANC's governance has been deeply rooted in ideological commitments that often ignore the harsh realities of administration. Policies meant to address historical injustices, such as black economic empowerment and land expropriation without compensation, have frequently been implemented with more regard for political correctness than for their economic viability. While these policies were designed to rectify past inequalities, their execution has often led to unintended consequences, crippling investment, discouraging business growth, and fostering a culture of entitlement rather than empowerment. One of the most damaging aspects of ANC policy is its approach to race-based policies, which have effectively resulted in a form of reverse apartheid. While apartheid-era policies discriminated against the black majority, today's policies seem to be built on racial quotas and exclusion of non-black citizens in business and employment. Many skilled professionals, particularly white and Indian South Africans, find themselves overlooked for jobs and tenders in favor of politically connected individuals. This racial engineering, rather than fostering true economic participation, has contributed to a shrinking tax base, as many professionals leave the country in search of fairer opportunities abroad. Take for example the state-owned enterprises that form the backbone of South Africa's economy. Eskom, once a world-class energy provider, has been systematically looted and mismanaged, resulting in rolling blackouts that choke economic activity. Ideologically driven cadre deployment, placing party loyalists in key positions regardless of their competence, has turned these institutions into breeding grounds for corruption and inefficiency. Instead of focusing on merit and expertise, appointments have been based on political allegiance, sacrificing functionality on the altar of ideology. Similarly, the government's reluctance to acknowledge the failures of its economic policies has led to a stagnating economy. While many nations have embraced flexible market policies to attract investment and create jobs, the ANC continues to champion state-led interventionism, despite overwhelming evidence of its inefficacy. High unemployment rates, deteriorating infrastructure, and an exodus of skilled professionals are not just unfortunate circumstances. They are the direct consequences of prioritizing ideological purity over pragmatic governance. The implementation of B policies, while noble in theory, has been particularly disastrous in practice. Instead of uplifting the disadvantaged, it has created a new elite of politically connected individuals who benefit from government contracts and tenders while failing to deliver quality work. The result is failing infrastructure projects, poorly managed hospitals, and a growing wealth gap that excludes the majority of South Africans, regardless of race. The irony is that a government founded on the principles of freedom and equality now seems more interested in consolidating power than in fostering actual progress. Dissent, even within its own ranks, is often dismissed as betrayal rather than an opportunity for reform. The result is a political culture where party loyalty supersedes national interest, and where common sense is seen as a threat to ideological dogma. South Africa stands at a crossroads. The choice is clear: continue down the path of ideological stubbornness, or embrace a governance model that prioritizes results over rhetoric. Until leaders recognize that good governance requires flexibility, competence, and a willingness to adapt, the nation will remain trapped in a cycle of mismanagement and missed opportunities. The lesson is not unique to South Africa. History is littered with examples of governments that let ideology blind them to reality, with disastrous consequences. The question now is whether South Africa will learn from history or be doomed to repeat it.